about
Solid
we
waste.
on the
Solid waste.
timer.
I
Yes.
believe the
All
polite
right.
term
Let's
is
go.
solid waste.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marc Floreaza, and I've lived in Friday Harbor for 9 years. I'm currently a part owner and manager of the Tech Center, and I also work at the court as a qualified interpreter. And my background includes 12 years as an international negotiator, working abroad, and also I'm running for County Council seat number 3 against Howie Rosenfeld, and the district includes the town of Friday Harbor and also Pierpoint. And so I'd like to begin with a question and then a short story. The question is, how can San Juan County maintain its quality of life and balance the budget and continue to protect the environment? So I'd like to follow that with just a short story. Some of you may have heard it before, but I'll tell it again because it's worth talking about. In October of 2011, there was a meeting at the Friday Harbor Power Squadron, and we were surprised to learn that the county had canceled the derelict vessel program in 2008, and they were lacking a measly $5,000 in order to prolong the program. And as executive officer of the Friday Harbor Power Squadron, I pledged at that moment to raise the $5,000 necessary. The county had $5,000, they needed another $5,000 for a total of 10, and then they would get matching funds on a ratio of 10 to 1. So basically that was $100,000. So within 2 months we were able to raise $6,000, $1,000 more than was necessary, and those donations came from Common Sense Alliance, Friends of the San Juan, Friday Harbor Power Squadron, the Friday Harbor Yacht Club, IMC Marine Center over in Lopez, Jensen Shipyard, and I don't think I'm missing any. Oh, Roche Harbor.
Port of Friday Harbor.
Word Friday.
Port of Friday Harbor. No, they did not.
said that.
They donated in kind.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
that's right. They did.
So, in any event, it was a success. So, on a simplified scale, the question that I asked at the beginning is, how can we improve the quality of life, balance the budget, and protect the environment? In this case, was quite straightforward. The quality of life was protected because we identified and removed the unsightly boats that were in the harbor. And the budget part of the equation was satisfied 10 times over, really, by us opening up the access to the state funds, which were once again 10 to 1 matching. And then the environment was protected because none of these boats were able to sink and damage and leak pollutants. So, what did we learn from this? This is obviously a simple problem, but it had a equally simple solution. And what we learned is that leadership, unity of purpose, and a little chutzpah, just old plain-fashioned rolling up your sleeves, can accomplish things, because not all the problems of the county need a lot of debate or a lot of money to solve. Sometimes it's just a little bit of common sense. On a larger scale, what are some of the defining problems of our county, taking the same kind of view of quality of life and budgetary problems and the environment? We can identify some things. First of all, the ecosystem appears to be in pretty good shape. The economy, the budget, is not. From the latest report of Washington's own Employment Security Department, dated February 2012, 500 people have left the island since 2010 to seek better paying jobs. 10% of the population lives below the poverty line, and 5% of the people are underemployed, which is they don't have access to full-time employment, which is the 5th highest percentage rate in the county. And I'm going to continue because I'm not finished yet. And, second, the county budget has a projected deficit of $3.6 million going out to 2015. The other problem is the CAO will most likely be passed in its present form without the county having performed an economic impact study. So, what can be done? First, every effort must be made to attract more jobs to the island, green jobs, and this has been facilitated by the passing of the broadband initiative that the county did, and certainly that's a good thing, but we have to build upon it. And one of the things I've done as owner of the Technology Center is I'm in conversations with Opalco to wire the Technology Center for 100 megs up and down. It'll be the first commercial building in Friday Harbor that has that internet speed. Telecommuting around the country is growing exponentially, and this would be a wonderful opportunity to bring more green jobs to the county. Secondly, long-term financial planning must be adopted so yearly budgets do not become an exercise in crisis evasion. I was personally present at the last meeting of the county council, and it was really heart-rendering or sickening to see them go around trying to grab funds from either the road fund or rainy day fund to try to make things meet. There should be an overall plan, and it should have started a long time ago. Thirdly, the prosecuting attorney and the county council have already acknowledged that the critical areas ordinance is going to unleash a wave of litigation. And, you know, I don't know, I can't stop that because I won't be elected until after it's, if I'm elected, I won't take seat until after it's passed. But what I can assure you is that I will demand an economic impact study on all future resolutions and ordinances, and make sure that they do have an economic impact study. Thank you very much.
Comments?
I think watch out for, and we all do it,
Okay.
when you're gathering your thoughts,
Yeah,
what you have to do is practice just allowing the space of silence.
good.
Wondering about the green. I mean, could it be more low impact, or could there be another word that you use that's less sort of
What
Politically
do you
charged.
see as
politically charged? Yeah. That's what-
green is too politically charged?
Well, you know, I don't know. For some people it
You
might be. I just wonder
could
whether
possibly lose some of your more conservative voters who might just write you off as another,
because the second you say that, you sort of put yourself down a road.
yeah.
No, there's
Okay.
low impact.
Not that they're
or
anti-green,
sound.
it's just that that's become a loaded term.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Mark, I'm confused,
Yes.
and if I'm confused,
Mhm.
maybe you're confused. When you talked about quality of life, you said two different things. You said improve or maintain. Which is it?
Maintaining the quality of life, as I see, until we get some real serious answers about what precisely necessitated the total rewriting of the CAO. Up until that time, I think we can maintain our quality of life. If there are areas to improve it, I want to know what they are, and then we can address them.
Is that an issue, is the ecology an issue of quality of life or an issue of quality of environment?
Well, they go hand in hand, but on the quality of life thing, you have to have a reasonable chance at earning a living, you know.
And being able to be here.
And be here, because otherwise, you know, that argument is, you know, similar to, you know, you could live in the most beautiful place in the world, but what good is it if you can't earn a living? You know, the Cayman Islands are beautiful.
That's the connection that is missing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that exactly is the connection that's missing.
Well, then we'll.
Yeah.
And you could, I think low impact jobs, year-round, low
I
impact.
don't see anything
Year-round.
wrong with saying low environmental impact.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
that's
understand
fine.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just the
Yeah,
green.
just not low impact.
Some
Yeah.
environmental
What's the
practice
Right,
or
right.
something.
Certainly software developers are welcome.
Yeah.
That's why your internet is so important,
Right.
your broadband.
It just needed to be clarified. Which
Yeah,
I like that.
which
Yeah.
one you're working
No,
on.
good point.
Gordy, any
Very good
comments?
question.
Well, I don't know, I'm looking for some punch.
Mhm.
The county's, it's a fact, we're on the verge of bankruptcy.
Mhm.
There's no leadership.
Mhm.
There's lots of issues that are just right now, ripe. I don't care about a derelict vessel. I mean, they're bad, but I don't, it's great to have a personal story, but hey, this county's in deep trouble.
Mhm.
I would like to hear what you want to do about that. No, I'm the leader that can change that. I'm the leader that can pull us out of this mess that we're in, because we're in a mess.
Mhm.
If you can't see that, I think there's a lot of people that don't pay attention to county government, but the ones that do, you know, we can see there's a mess.
I agree with you 100%.
And maybe that should be your start, is that, hey, we're in a mess. We don't know how, we're not gonna be able to sleep. We don't have the comfort to sleep through this stuff. We gotta do something.
Yeah,
No.
we can't have Howie sleeping through this whole thing.
There's your sleep connection.
I was waiting for that.
One thing, Mark,
We can't go
Hey,
there.
These council members don't know what the hell to do. They
Gonna
don't.
talk a
They
little
wanna
bit.
know what to do.
That's the point. Could I?
well, let me just say something. And it came home to me when I went to the Rob McKenna thing, is you tell them what you're gonna tell them. So pick 2 or 3 points that you're gonna talk about. Tell them. And then tell them what you told them. And as Alex pointed out, always have a little paragraph that's a come home paragraph.
Mhm.
So that if you get in trouble, somebody asks a question or whatever, you have something that you can come back and say, I believe in local control, I believe in environmental responsibility,
Mhm.
or something like that. But make up your thing so that you always have something to go back to.
Yeah, you have to have a come home place.
That's
You
nice.
know,
But-
You just
I
sign
want to build on that. I think Rob McKenna set the stage. We very clear. He said, here are the 3 things that I want to do. I want to reform the government, I want to improve the education system, and I want to support job development growth. And he said, government doesn't create jobs. He made that very, very excellent point. But I want to support it. And the way I'm going to do that is, you know, I'm going to make a tax-friendly environment, V&O tax, is the pits, blah, blah. And we've got to change the leadership in the educational process. And I think that one of the issues, and Gordy said it, and I can't, this council is at sea. They are confused. The CAO, they are so in over their heads, they have no idea what to do, and there is no leadership on that council. Patty Miller beats her gums, but there's no leadership. And there needs to be some chutzpah that's connected with that leadership. And some,
But you can't say their names when you say that.
no, you don't need to.
Why not?
Well,
You know, you don't have to. You can
Analysis
say, I will
process.
provide the leadership
Right.
that is lacking in this
Right.
county.
Well,
You
just
know?
in my own defense a little bit, and I'm taking everything you say extremely seriously,
And we need to
is
wrap it up.
that the lesson to be learned is simple. It doesn't always take a lot of debate or money to solve county problems. Leadership, unity, purpose, and some good old-fashioned chutzpah can save the day. And I do recognize that the budget or the economy is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. And I started out by jobs, and then I followed it up by the budget review. But I can make that more emphasis. I can
You know,
dramatize it more.
These things that you said, you did say some things that were important. But you need to start with those, like, the people are leaving the island, there's no jobs.
yeah.
The county's on the verge of bankruptcy. The priorities are all screwed up. Your story about the boats, their priorities are all screwed up. Why are, like, for instance, why is law and justice the last thing to be funded? When it's really the call, the duty of government.
Okay.
First,
Here,
you know.
here I have a question, because I had those thoughts, but I thought if I started out too negative, it would turn people off. But are you saying that I can